Grinding Renown is work and boring, but it doesn't have to be this way. Right now, we have 5 different Renown stages to go through. And let's be real, the Altars of Lilith are fun at the beginning as you run through the map and you start exploring the game, and there's an Altar of Lilith and there's an Altar of Lilith, but you have to find like 28, 33, 34, 31, and 34. And there's 5 other ways to gain Renown with side dungeons, areas, waypoints, strongholds, and side quests. Whereas waypoints, strongholds, and areas discovered are happening quite naturally. The side dungeons also, to a degree, happen naturally, especially with nightmares later. And the side quests, you will definitely have to force yourself to do because a bunch of them are rather boring. The first 3 Renown tiers, you definitely can get without making it feel work. But afterwards, it just turns into a chore. And that is because you're only limited to these factors. And especially to get all the Altars of Lilith. And now let's be honest here. Have you actually used an interactive map for that? Because I have. I couldn't be asked to find every single statue of Lilith. Straight up whooped out D4 Planner, Altars of Lilith, and then I just wrote them down. And I can't say it was that I enjoyed doing it. It was more like, yeah, I have to do it because they give me stat points for my Paragon board. And if I want to feel powerful and if I want to get everything right, then I'll definitely have to get this done. Now, how could that get fixed though to actually make it feel fun and to make the Renown grind still be a grind? Because that's what Blizzard wants. They want you to spend time in the game, but make it feel fun. And that's where the content the game actually offers comes into play. As soon as you do hit a World Tier 3, you do get Nightmare Dungeons, you do get Helltides. And here it gets quite interesting because Helltides infest a certain area of the map. This down here is Khezestan right now. So what if I do help to clear this Helltide? What if I do open a certain amount of chest? What if I enter a Helltide and as soon as I teleport over to Geakul or to the Iron Wolves and Carmel, the Altar of Ruin, there's a progress bar. And the progress bar is kind of tracking X monsters killed, X events cleared inside the Helltide. And then after I'm done helping to do my part of clearing the Helltide, I get another 20 Renown, 30 Renown, just a little bonus because I actually helped save Sanctuary. Why wouldn't I be rewarded for that? Just not with gear and loot, but also with Renown, because that would be a very natural way to progress in the game and feel good and rewarded for it. As a second option, we would have Legion events that also crop around all over the map. Legion event can be down here. We have one right now happening up here, essentially. And they also, there's a Legion attacking Skosklen right now. And I decide to teleport up and be part of saving Sanctuary from the forces of evil are amassing at this location, decimate their ranks before they can fully organize, and rampage over the lands of Skosklen. I do personally feel like I should get some Renown, and it will make you feel better about getting this done. I mean, yes, you're getting already 3 Grim Favors. That's kind of like cool, but looking at the Skosklen Renown, you need like 2005 to get here. So with the Altars of Lilith, 34 Altars of Lilith is 340. This covering every single region is 70 Renown times 5. So you notice you get some Renown naturally by actually just playing the game. Then you get another 160 for doing waypoints. Sure, you're going to do that. Another 300 for strongholds. These all feel good. Then mindlessly grinding dungeons down just to get the Renown. Mindlessly doing side quests just to get the Renown. Why can't I naturally get the Renown? By enjoying to play the game. By not being forced into an activity. I mean, yes, sure, like the Legion event giving you Renown would force you into doing the Legion event. But on the top of that, Legion event is insane XP. It's a social activity. You do get Grim Favors, and you do get insane loot. Especially if you actually make these kind of world events participate in your Renown gain. You would at the same time be able to do it at any stage of the game. Legion events kind of crop up from the very beginning on. Helltide's obviously only from World Tier 3. But if you then in World Tier 4 feel like grinding Renown, but mostly you're doing high Nightmare dungeons, and you don't actually care about doing every single tiny eeny weeny bitty titty itty bitty titty dungeon just to get the little bit of Renown. You could still do Hell Tides because you need to do Hell Tides in World Tier 4 anyways. You want to have the materials, you want to have the Chest of Mysteries for the cool Ancestral gear, and they actually do give good XP and they're a fun social experience you can do with your friends. But if you do something with your friends, you don't get punished because you're not kind of progressing, because you would still get Renown. The same kind of goes with the infestation of the Tree of Favors. I mean, like here we have the Tree of Favors going throughout the map, right? And currently there is that defeat the ice cover. There's a corpse here, kind of, and there's the collapsed cavern entrance. So if I go here and get my Grim Favors, why can I not have cleanse the fractured peaks of the demonic corruption? And I do and the dungeon, so I could do every single thing and get another boost in Renown, because you're gonna do these things anyways to get Grim Favors, and then you're gonna also do the activities to get Renown on top, because it gives you a bonus incentive to do stuff, and it makes everything feel bonus valuable. And we're humans. We do really enjoy it if something is not just giving us one value. If there's compounding interest for doing stuff, it brings even more joy. Now, that could definitely cut the Renown grind shorter, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's going to cut it shorter, because it's still going to take time X to do activity Z. It's just going to make it feel more natural and less forced. And as soon as something feels less forced in a game, that's where the part of the joy comes back in. Because if a game really tells you you need to 400 times do task X to get Z, it's just going to be 300, 301, 302, 300. Which anime can I watch while I'm doing this? That's not called the grind, that's called poor game design. Let's be fair, the dungeons are fun, and some of the side quests are fun too. But if you want to get stronger and you want to do nightmare dungeons to get better gear, and you want to push your glyphs, and then you kind of like, yeah, I want to actually level up my glyphs, but I need to do like 3 hours of side quests right now. Boy, it's you know, like all your friends are having fun while you're essentially grinding side quests because you have to. What do you think? What could be a way to kind of make the Renown grind a little bit more natural, a little bit better, a little bit more fun to go through, and a little bit less tedious to do? I think we have some good points here, some valid things. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, world bosses. I completely forget about world bosses. Why not world bosses this way? Yes. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Because they do the same thing. I mean, there's a world boss who's spawning in Kazakhstan and who's about to tear open Kazakhstan. And let's be fair, world bosses feel completely unrewarding. When you get this cash, you get 3-4 items out of it. And these 3-4 items are sometimes like, you know, like I'm getting not item power 800 stuff. I'm getting like very low level stuff. Yes, sure, I get this material from the world bosses, which is called, is it scattered prisms? A mysterious prism most often found in very large bodies such as werewolves. Yeah, you get scattered prisms. So you kind of want to do them and you get some grim favors, but it doesn't feel rewarding to do them. Like it takes 10 seconds in the higher levels because they just get blasted. And sometimes I don't even bother going to a world boss anymore, I have to say. But hey, if there's Renown bound to it because you saved Sanctuary from a world boss who was about to tear open a hole in reality and destroy Kazakhstan even more, why wouldn't that give you Renown? I mean, it's called Renown, right? It's like, let me check. It's called Renown. Renown is fame and acclaim, the kind of celebrity that most people only dream about. Renown is not only about celebrity, though, it also means being highly respected in one's field. So if I'm a highly respected savior and demon slayer, Helltide saver, Legion event destroyer, you know, saver of the weak and ugly, kisser of brides and sleeper of monsters, hell of the Witcher. Shouldn't I get Renown for that? Please, Blizzard? I do not believe that there's any change happening ever to Renown, to be honest. It's kind of like a mechanic they put in and set an eye in. If there's a change maybe 3-4 seasons down the road, but what do you think? Discuss in the comments below and give me some feedback here. I'll be making sure to definitely send a list to Blizzard as always. We do still have some inside contacts that might or might not reach the devs, but at least one can try. Thanks very much for also watching all my content. It's been a wild ride before season 1 so far, but we're Thanks also for watching all my content. It's been a while, right, with Diablo 4, but I'm only planning to write it harder. Said that. Watch our first React video ever, or if you're more interested, some secrets of the Hell Tides.